This is Colin Dijs, and in this video we're going to have a look at what traffic source is best to start with for your affiliate marketing campaign. So let's say you are a complete beginner or you're looking to touch upon a new traffic source. In this video I'll explain you the pros and cons of multiple traffic sources and see, of course, where it's most easy to start or tap into a new market. So I'm going to analyze and compare the following sources today: Facebook ads, push ads, and native ads. The reason for that is because I do offer my products, services on those traffic sources. So that is where my expertise is. That is where I have a valid opinion on. And a little promotion: if you are interested in the DEBEROO suite, which is my affiliate marketing platform, it is now a promo, 97 euros for your first month. You can check it, the link in the description. It includes a tracking software, a landing page builder, cash flow manager, community, courses, and of course my personal guidance. So 97 euros is obviously a no-brainer offer. Cash flow, that is the most important rule when it comes to promoting CPA marketing style campaigns, because it all involves around ad spend, right? So let's say you have less than $5,000 to spend on your initial testing of a traffic source. And I always have this rule where I say, once you test a traffic source, expect no return, or at least a break-even equation. Because people tell me all the time, if I would test a new traffic source, yeah, if I make money, I can spend more. Well, that doesn't make sense, because in business, when you try something new, it's hardly ever going to make you money in the testing phase. So expect to invest, which means have the risk to lose it in the beginning. Facebook is suitable for less than $5,000. Push is suitable. Native, not so suitable. I did not include it in this list because you'd have to go tier 2, tier 3. There are a lot more difficulties promoting there. I know in the past I said it was suitable. I've tried it with hundreds of people and there was a lot of success, but there were also a lot of complications we had to go through in order to get those people up and running and scale and get into tier 1, the real money, right? So therefore I no longer recommend it for smaller budgets, prefer for people who have higher budgets, just because it becomes so much more easy that way. The next one is similarities, which I think is very important, because there are no similarities between Facebook and the other two sources, because Facebook is all reliant on the pixel. They do a lot of automated processes for you, which as a media buyer is not something that is great if you are an expert. If you are a beginner, obviously this is very nice. However, push and native are very much similar in the way of how the media buying is done. So if you know push, if you have a smaller budget, you start on push, it is very easy to scale and grow into native, right? So let's say you master push ads, you only need an additional, let's say 20-30% of knowledge to be able to master native as well. If you go from Facebook to native, you start at 0. If you go from Facebook to push, you start at 0, and the other way around as well, because the platforms are just so different in terms of how the ads are set up, how the user experience, and everything related to that. Compliance, of course, one of the biggest factors why we love push and native ads. Facebook is a fucking nightmare when it comes to compliance. The ad account bans are all over the place, and we try, of course, to do our best to minimize the risk by promoting white hat offers, right? However, on push, there is no compliance or very little. So there are advertising guidelines which are extremely easy to follow. This is what you do, this is what you shouldn't do. And if you actually get to that point where you are compliant, then your ads will get approved. But let's say you try to do something which is not allowed, either on native or on push, your ads simply get disapproved. Your ad account won't get banned, your advertising account won't be restricted. You can just try again and again and again and again. With Facebook, we all know the ban hammer. What happens? Your ad accounts get restricted. You cannot create new accounts. They will give you so many problems. Bad. Profitability. Of course, we are in this to make money. On Facebook, high, right? We can make a lot of money on Facebook. There is scale, there is opportunity, there is demand. Users are buying things from Facebook. It is matured. Profitability, high. Push, profitability, medium. I would say if you get a 30% weekly ROI on push and you compound it, you're still doing great, right? It's amazing. However, it's much more difficult to reach high profitability in percentages on push than compared to Facebook or native. Native, because of the reach and because of the high payout offers, the whole system, it just makes sense to me. Just like Facebook does, it is very, very nice. Profitability is high. So I would say very doable to reach above 30% ROI. Scalability, Facebook high, push low. So the scalability on push is insane. You can scale, but then the profitability goes down because there's a lot of low quality sources. It is the traffic quality and the traffic supply is very fluctuant, so it goes up and down, which means your ROI bounces all over the place as well. In terms of longevity, not so much in terms of scalability there. Native, yes. So when I talk about scalability, I'm basically saying, one, it has to be stable in terms of the profit percentage, and then regarding reach, right? So how many users we can actually reach with our advertisement, because you can reach a lot of people with push. That's not a problem. The problem is the prices, the bidding, the quality of the traffic is just all over the place, right? So that's why I marked it low. For native, high. For Facebook, also high. Short-term problems. Facebook, high, right? You are running to bans sooner or later. That is not a problem if you know how to deal with it and if you want to deal with it, because obviously it's always risk versus reward. The higher the risk, the higher the reward, usually. Facebook high, push low, native low, right? Long-term problems, exactly the same. So with short-term problems, I assume that Facebook right now is solving the iOS issue. There will be a solution very quickly. They are on so much political pressure that sooner or later there will be another problem. With push, I just think it's dying. It's very intrusive to get push ads. Sooner or later, I would say maybe 4, 5, 6 years from now, the whole push thing will be done. It will be regulated. Native will always be there, right? So the long-term problems on push are relatively low when we talk about the next 2 to 3 years. I think there will be a lot of problems with Facebook still, and native will still be low. The fastest way to make money, I would say push ads, definitely. Very low barrier of entry, very easy to set up ads, no compliance, just take short-term gains, right? Every day is another day and we need to make money. I would accumulate your efforts there, make some money, and then switch to Facebook or switch to native once you made a lot of money. The longevity, Facebook, maybe, we do not know what the future holds. Push, no, like I explained. Native, yes. What is most important is I'm not saying Facebook is a bad traffic source, right? In this comparison, it just, because there's so much uncertainty, it might not be a wise business decision. However, of course, it is extremely beginner friendly. Like I said, there's a lot of hand holding on the media buying. They do a lot of media buying automated processes. So the pixel really helps you as a media buyer, which is not offered on push nor on native. Native and push are basically direct media buys in terms of how the ads are set up. So you need to fill in all the information yourself. Push is very easy, but the opportunity is also therefore limited. And I would say native is for the more experienced people or people with significant cash flow from other businesses. So let's say you are a beginner. You have less than $5,000 to spend and you don't care about the bans. You want to make a lot of money, go with Facebook. Yes, that's where the money is at. You just have to deal with the ad account bans. Follow my white hat approach in the DEBEROO suite and you will significantly reduce your odds of the bans. Let's say you don't want to deal with the bans and you want to get up and running, make let's say $100 a day quick, go with push. Let's say you have a lot of money, you have another business running and you have cash flow from that, then obviously explore the native ads and build a big revenue stream, basically. So those are the traffic sources, recommended setup, the main differences. Important to note as well that it differentiates itself basically per quarter. Like I said, Facebook is doing so many things. Push is changing so fast in terms of the volatility, the quality. So let's say Facebook comes with an insane update and it might be the #1 source again for everything like it used to be. So I hope they do come back, but I am just worried, is my opinion, that they will only go down further into this mess. So please let me know what you think is suitable. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to check out the DEBEROO Suite promo that is still running. I would love to have you on my private platform. And I'll see you guys in the next one.